Good day, Philippines! Hello, Region 1! Aloha sa Caribbean learners! Airing live from the Mango Bamboo capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning into CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner, where passion is the key. Learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SDO-SEC learner.
Good afternoon. I am Teacher Judy S, Macumpang, ang iyong kaduho sa ALS Mathematics. Let us all be Math Tibay, be Math Tatag, and be Math Galing. For today's learning competency, as we're about to start, please bring out your pencil, your paper, your self-learning module, and your calculator. Before we discuss our new lesson, let us first have a recap about conversion of units of measurement of area. Are you ready? Okay. 1 square kilometer is equivalent to how many square meters? 1 million. How many square meters are there in 1 hectare? 10,000. In 1 square decimeter, how many square centimeters are there? 100. How many square millimeters are there in 1 square centimeter? 100. In 1 square kilometer, how many hectares are there? 100. Did you get all the conversion of units of measurement of area? That's great. Now, let us read the dialogue. Glo, would you like to join me? I am trying to find an apartment or house for rent because we already need to move out of our house and transfer to a place near your school. Sure, Nai, Glo replied. So they went out and, let's look at that house with a sign apartment for rent, Glo's mother said. Glo, stay with the other kids while I talk with the landlady. Yes, Nai. So Glo's mother went to talk to the landlady. Good afternoon. I would like to know more about the apartment. What is the land area of the apartment and how much is the monthly rent? Well, the apartment is built on a square lot. One side of the lot is 9 meters long. It has an area of 81 square meters. The monthly rent is 6,000 pesos. Thank you for your time. I will think about it and see if it fits our budget. Bye. Okay, bye, said the landlady. And here comes Glo. Nai, I overheard your conversation with the landlady. Nai, what is the shape of the land and how did she solve for its area? Interesting question. Now let's think about this. How do you think the landlady was able to compute the lot area? Of course, with a given fact. That is, the land is a square with each side measuring 9 meters long. The area of a square is computed by getting the square of its side. Therefore, the area of the lot is 81 square meters. And this is our topic for today, area of planar figures. Planar figures have flat surfaces. Planar figures have no thickness. We have square, triangle, rectangle, circle, and rhombus. All these shapes have different formulas for the calculation of their areas. Area is the amount of surface a two-dimensional shape can cover measured in square units. Knowing how to calculate an area has many useful applications in our daily life. For instance, if you know the area of a wall, then you can calculate the amount of paint needed for the wall. Similarly, if you know the area of the floor of your kitchen, then you can easily compute the number of tiles needed to cover that floor. The following are the formulas for determining the area of different planar figures. First, triangle. Look at this triangle. What kind of triangle is this according to its angles? You're correct. It is a right triangle. Why right triangle? It is because one of its angles measures exactly 90 degrees. In solving for the area of a triangle, it is very important for us to know or to determine the height and the base. Base is at the bottom, while the height is the length from top to bottom. But in a triangle, the base is actually any of the three sides of a triangle, and the height is perpendicular to the base. The formula in solving for the area of a triangle is 1/2 times the base times the height. Or we can simply use h is equal to bh all over 2. Notice that the denominator 2 is constant. We do not and we cannot change it. Is that clear? Okay. Now, example. Look at this triangle first. What kind of triangle is this according to its angles? You're correct. It is an acute triangle. Why acute triangle? It is because all the angles measures less than 90 degrees. Now, given the base is 10 inches, the height is 10 inches, area is unknown. The first step is of course to write the formula, which is h is equal to bh all over 2. Next to that is of course to use the substitution method. Simply substitute all the given values. A is unknown, B is 10 inches, multiply that by the height, which is 10 inches, all over the denominator 2. Now, after substituting the given values, we have to do the next step, which is to multiply 10 inches by 10 inches. And it will give us a product of 100 square inches all over the denominator 2. Are we done? Not yet. It is because we still need to simplify 100 square inches over 2. And the area now is 50 square inches. Next, look at letter B. Look at the triangle. What kind of triangle is this? You're correct. It is an obtuse triangle. Why obtuse? It is because one of its angles measures greater than 90 degrees. Now, given the area, 14 square meters, the base is 4 centimeters, the height is unknown. Don't be afraid, okay? Just because the area is given and the height is unknown, matatakot na kayo? Don't be, okay? And there's no need for you to memorize other formulas. What's important is you know the general formula. And what is the general formula in solving for the area of a triangle? That is, of course, A is equal to BH all over 2. Okay? Next step is, of course, to substitute the given values. Okay? 14 square centimeters is equal to, the base is 4 centimeters times the unknown height all over the denominator 2. Now, there are two ways to solve this. We can either cross multiply or simply simplify the right side of the equation. Let's just simplify the right side of the equation. We will divide 4 by 2 and it will give us a quotient of 2. So we now have 14 square centimeters is equal to 2 centimeters times h. Notice that I did not remove the quantity sign. That is to avoid confusion. Okay, baka mamaya ang isipin natin cmh. No, well in fact, cm stands for centimeters, h stands for the height, which is the unknown. Now, how can we solve for the height? Of course, we will simply divide both sides by 2 centimeters. Why 2 centimeters and not 14 square centimeters? It is because the number beside the unknown is 2 centimeters. Did you get it? Okay. So if we divide 2 centimeters by 2 centimeters, it will simply give us a quotient of 1, leaving h on the right side. And 14 square centimeters divided by 2 centimeters is equivalent to 7. Therefore, the length of the height now is 7 centimeters. In mathematics class, as much as possible, you have to do it step by step. It is because doing it step by step will lead you to the correct answer. Just like for example sa pagluluto, okay? If we wanted to fry a fish, we do follow the procedures. Like for example, the first step is of course, painitin yung kawali. Kapag mainit na yung kawali, that's the time that we can pour and do not forget the denominator too. After that, solve it step by step because again, it will lead you to the correct answer. 42 inches times 56 inches will give us a product of 2,352 square inches over 2. Are we done? That's it. We still need to simplify it. And the area now is 1,176 square inches. Next planar figure is a square. We know that a square has 4 equal sides. That for example, if one side measures 5 centimeters, all the other 3 sides also measures 5 centimeters each. The formula in solving for the area of a square is side times side, or we can simply use A is equal to S squared. Example, given the S is 5 centimeters, if one side measures 5 centimeters, all the other sides also measures 5 centimeters. Unknown is the area. Solution, of course, the first step is to write the formula. A is equal to S squared. After that, substitute 5 centimeters, but do not forget to put a quantity sign and then the exponent 2. It is because 5 centimeters quantity sign raised to 2 means we will multiply 5 centimeters twice to itself. Okay? Just in case you forgot to write the quantity sign, they're not equal. It is because 5 centimeters quantity sign raised to 2 is not the same or is not equal to 5 square centimeters. Let's proceed. If we multiply 5 centimeters twice to itself, the area now is 25 square centimeters. Next example, area is given which is 14,400 square meters. The side is unknown. Solution, first, write the formula. A is equal to S squared. After that, substitute the given value which is 14,400 square meters is equal to S squared. Now how can we solve for the S if there is an exponent of 2? Remember, the unknown is S, not S squared. So we will simply get the square root of both sides. The square root of 14,400 square meters is equivalent to 120 meters. And the square root of S squared is S. And that is the length of the side. Next example, look at the figure. A farmland shaped like the figure above measures 600 liters on one side. If the recommended concentration of fertilizer to be used on the land is 30 kilograms per hectare, compute the total amount of fertilizer to be used. Solution. Step 1. Solve for the area of the farmland. Of course, using the area of A square, which is S squared. After that, simply substitute the given value, which is 600 liters, quantity sign raised to 2. The area now is equivalent to 360,000 square meters. Step 2. Convert 360,000 square meters to hectares by identifying the conversion factor, and that is 1 hectare is equivalent to 10,000 square meters. Step 3. Express the conversion factor as a ratio such that the unit to be cancelled out is in the denominator. 1 hectare over 10,000 square meters. Step 4. Multiply 360,000 square meters by the conversion factor in ratio form. That is 360,000 square meters times 1 hectare over 10,000 square meters. Now recall your fractions, multiplying fractions, okay? 360,000 square meters divided by 10,000 square meters will give us a quotient of 36. And 36 times 1 hectare, that is equivalent to 36 hectares. Are we done? Not yet. It is because we still have step 5. And step 5 is compute the amount of fertilizer to be used if the amount needed is 30 kilograms per hectare. That is 36 hectares times 30 kilograms over 1 hectare is equivalent to, of course, we will simply cancel the hectare. We have 36 times 30 kilograms, that is equivalent to 1,080 kilograms of fertilizer. Okay, now, next on our figure is the rectangle. The formula is, we will simply multiply the length and the width. Or we can simply use A is equal to LW. The length is actually the longest side, while W is the shortest side. Example. First one. Given the length, 14 inches. Given the width, 9 inches. What is the area? First step is to always write the formula. Okay? Next one is to substitute the given values. Area is unknown. The length is given, which is 14 inches. The width is given, which is 9 inches. Just multiply the two. The area now is 126 square inches. As easy as that. As easy as 1, 2, 3. Right? Next example. Area is given, which is 391 square inches. The length is 23 inches. The width is unknown. Don't be afraid, okay? What's important is you know the general formula in solving for the area of a rectangle. So solution, simply write the formula. After that, substitute the given values. Okay? We have 391 square inches is equal to 23 inches times the unknown width. Now for us to solve for the width, we will simply divide both sides by 23 inches. So dividing both sides by 23 inches, we have W on the right side. Okay? And 391 square inches divided by 23 inches, the quotient is 17. Therefore, the length of the width is 17 inches. So easy, right? Math is easy if you will just focus, if you will just concentrate. Next example, look at the figure. A rice field shaped like the figure above has a length of 4,000 meters and a width of 1,000 meters. If the recommended number of seedlings to be planted per hectare is 10,000, what is the number of seedlings needed to plant the whole area? Step 1. Compute the area of the rice field using the area in solving for the, of course, rectangle. That is length times the width. After that, just substitute the given values. And the area now is equivalent to 4 million square meters. Step 2. Convert 4 million square meters to hectares by using the conversion factor. 1 hectare is equivalent to 10,000 square meters. Step 3. Express the conversion factor as a ratio such that the unit to be cancelled out is in the denominator. So, 1 hectare over 10,000 square meters. Step 4. Multiply 4 million square meters by the conversion factor in ratio form. 4 million square meters times 1 hectare over 10,000 square meters. So simply divide 4 million square meters by 10,000 square meters will give us a quotient of 400. And 400 times 1 hectare is of course equivalent to 400 hectares. Step 5. Compute the total number of seedlings needed to plant the full area given the ratio. 400 hectares times 10,000 seedlings over 1 hectare. Cancel hectare. We have 400 times 10,000 seedlings is equivalent to 4 million seedlings. Next planar figure is rhombus. The rhombus has two diagonals. First diagonal is the D1, second diagonal D2. The area in solving for the area of a rhombus is first diagonal times the second diagonal over the denominator 2. So the denominator 2 is constant, okay? We cannot change it. Or we can simply use A is equal to D1 times D2 all over 2. Example, first one. First diagonal is 12 centimeters. The second diagonal is 10 centimeters. The unknown is the area. Solution, of course, first step is to write the formula. The formula is A is equal to D1 times D2 all over 2. Simply substitute the given values. A is equal to D1 12 centimeters. Multiply that by D2 10 centimeters all over the denominator 2. Solve it step by step. Okay? 12 centimeters times 10 centimeters is equivalent to 120 square centimeters over the denominator 2. Are we done? Not yet. We still need to simplify 120 square centimeters over 2. And the area now is 60 square centimeters. Second example, given the area 256 square centimeters. First diagonal is 8 centimeters. The second diagonal is unknown. Again, don't be afraid. Okay? Huwag yung sasabihin mahirap ang math kasi napakaraming formulas. No. There's no need for you to memorize other formulas. What's important is you know the general formula. Solution, simply write the formula in solving for the area of your rhombus. Next to that, substitute the given values. We have 256 square centimeters is equal to the first diagonal is 8 centimeters times the second diagonal, which is unknown all over the denominator 2. We can simply cross multiply or simplify the right side of the equation. So let's just simplify the right side of the equation. That is 8 divided by 2 is equivalent to 4. So we have 256 square centimeters is equal to 4 centimeters times the unknown diagonal. Okay? And then for us to solve for the unknown diagonal, we will simply divide both sides by 4 centimeters. And of course, we have 4 centimeters divided by 4 centimeters, that is equivalent to 1, leaving D2 on the right side. And 256 square centimeters divided by 4 centimeters, that is equivalent to 64. That simply means the length of the second diagonal is 64 centimeters. Next, the last planar figure is circle. The formula in solving for the area of a circle is pi r squared. Wherein, of course, as we all know, the radius is simply half of the diameter. And for us to be uniform, we will be using the pi is equal to 3.14. Example, the first one, given the radius 4 centimeters, unknown area. Simply write the formula in solving for the area of a circle. And that is A is equal to pi r squared. And then just substitute the given value, which is the radius 4 centimeters. And the value of our pi is 3.14. Do not forget to include the exponent of the radius. Now, we cannot multiply 3.14 by 4 at once. Why? It is because 4 centimeters is, of course, we need to multiply 4 centimeters twice to it down. So So that is 4 centimeters times 4 centimeters is equivalent to 16 square centimeters. And this is the only time that we can multiply it to 3.14. The area now is 50.24 square centimeters. Next example. Given the area is 113.04 square centimeters, but the radius is unknown. Solution, just write the formula. Okay? After writing the formula, simply substitute the given value, which is 113.04 square centimeters is equal to 3.14 r squared. Now, simply divide both sides by 3.14. So we have r squared on the right side and 113.04 square centimeters divided by 3.14 will give us a quotient of 36. That simply means we have 36 square centimeters is equivalent to r squared. But remember that the unknown is r, not r squared. Therefore, we still need to get the square root of both sides. Square root of 36 square centimeters is 6 centimeters, and the square root of r squared is r. A circular cake has a radius of 6 inches. What is its area? Solution, step 1. Identify the formula for finding the area. And that is using the formula in solving for the area of a circle. Step 2. Substituting the values in the formula, we have A is equal to 3.14 times 6 inches 1 pt raised to 2. Step 3. Compute the area of the cake. That is, area is equal to 3.14 times 36 square inches is equivalent to 113.04 square inches. Did you understand our topic for today? Let us see. I'd like you to do the following. Identify the planar figures that resemble the following objects and write the appropriate formula for solving its area. I will only give you 10 seconds each item. Timer starts now. 2, 1, time's up. So, please be honest in checking. Always remember that honesty is the best policy. So, let us check figure it. And the formula is number 2. 10 seconds starts now. Figure it. The formula is number 3. 10 seconds. Okay, figure it. The formula is number 4. Okay, figure it. The formula is the last item. Figure it. And the formula is, did you get all the 5 items? That's right. Now, let's remember the following. In solving for the area of a planar figure, the following formulas are used. Area of a triangle is equal to B times H all over 2, where B is the base of the triangle and H is the height of the triangle. For the area of a square, it is equal to S squared, where S is the side of a square. For the area of a rectangle, we have length times the width, or LW, all over 2, where L is the length of the longest side and W is the length of the shortest side. For the area of a rhombus, we have dy D1 is the first diagonal of the rhombus, and D2 is the second diagonal of the rhombus. For the area of a circle, we have pi r squared, where pi is equivalent to 3.48 and r is the radius of the circle. Okay, now it's time for your evaluation. Let us test your knowledge, okay? I'll be giving you 1 minute only for each item, okay? Timer starts now. What can we define the flag that measured 19 inches and 5 inches in width? Find the area of the flag. So as fast as you can, as quickly as possible. But always remember that you have to solve it step by step, but it will lead you to the correct. Hands up. The shape of the flag is, of course, rectangle, and the answer is 45 square inches. Number 2, 1 minute. Find the area of the square part whose side is 90 feet. What is the shape of the part? What formula should we use? Math is easy, right? We will just focus and the shape of the part is of course square, and the area is 8,100 square feet. Number 3, 1 minute. The circular pine has a radius of 3 meters. Work out the area of the pine. What formula should we use? Be careful. Okay, time's up. Of course, the shape of the pine is circle, and the area is 28.26 square meters. Now, number 4, what is can you give to order shade for the under shade window that has a base of 6 feet and a height of 4 feet? What is the area of the shade? All the parts of your face. Make sure that your solution is correct. Okay, so the shape of the window is triangle and the area is 12 square feet. Last item. Calculate the area of the side having the house equal to 6 centimeters and 8 centimeters. Problem solving will give you life if you just close it. The timer. Okay, so time's up and up. What is the shape of the kite? Of course it is rhombus. And the area is 24 square centimeters. Did you get the correct answers? That's great. Okay, just in case you did not get all the 5 items, do not worry, just watch this video again. Now, your assignment. Before I formally say goodbye, let me remind you that our fight against COVID-19 is not yet over. So please, 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 wash and sanitize your hands frequently and always wear your mask properly. Again, this is Teacher Judy, ang iyong kaduo sa Mathematics. And let's all be mas tibay, be mas tatag, be mas galing. Sa ALS, matututo ka. Tara na!
Good day, Philippines. Hello, Region 1. Aloha, Sankarinian learners. Airing live from the Macumpang capital of the Philippines, San Carlos City. You're tuning into CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SEC learner, where passion is the key. Learning paves the way. With our division mantra, developing creativity, maximizing versatility. This is your CCN Broadcast Center. CCN Broadcast Center, a virtual home of every SEC learner.